Good evening. It's me, it's Donnie. I'm your host here at the Occult Arcade. You're watching Occult Arcade Late Nite. It's the weekly show on Sundays where I tell you about the occult, weird happenings, and strange news. And also we talk about some personal development and things as well. I'm excited to get started. And here I am. I'm no longer ashamed of my glasses. I need them to see. So I'm going to be viewing you today using them. Or maybe not. They kind of cast some shadows unnecessarily upon mine own face. Anyway, I'm wearing the shirt from the Carnival of Ink, Columbia, Missouri, 2018. That just happened a few weeks ago. As you might know from the title, today we're talking Abraxas. Who is Abraxas? Where'd that come from? Why am I talking about it? What's going on with this? If you're unsure as I am, strap in, because we're about to have a really interesting episode. I guess I'll put myself down here in the side. Well, I do want to take you on a nice tour. Oh. Man, that's working. This little guy doesn't want to work. My fish tank don't want to work. Maybe it stopped. I'll just worry about that later. Well, you're inside of the Occult Arcade. This is the new reading room that I've created for you guys. This is a public server, I believe. So this is the room. That's me down there at the corner at the end of the table, hanging out. Oh, geez. 3 hours of aquarium videos. That's what it's saying. Oh, clearly I just watched 3 hours of aquarium videos on accident today. So that's good. I'll get that aquarium going. Hey, I got an intern today. This week. Hacker Haley. She's hanging out, taking the calls, and dealing with my computer, I guess. There's a little bit of lag from what I understand. Let's go ahead and it's a little choppy. Let's do this. Boom. We'll do that. We're going to restart the arcade. It might just need to restart, to be honest. Am I choppy now? Is it chopping now? There was some new stuff that happened inside of there, and I had a whole lot of streaming going on. I think I minimized my bandwidth by a whole lot by doing that. Anyway, the title of this episode is how I came to communicate with Abraxas. Here, let's get this music down a little bit. Well, first off, alright, it's probably a good level for the music. Alright. Well, I'm bringing the arcade back up. So, as some of you know, a few weeks ago, last week, we went to the Gem and Mineral Show. And from a traveling gypsy did I purchase this amazing smoky quartz crystal skull. Excuse my nails. But this is a smoky quartz crystal skull. Really good looking skull too. I mean, really. Could use that for a lot of stuff, including scrying. I mean, that's a carved gemstone. Pretty big. About the size, a little bit bigger than my fist, really. It's huge. So I buy this thing, and it's pretty cool, to be honest. In this place, from what I mean is, we walk in, and there are gem merchants all along the sides of the walls in this big open convention center. Okay, there's people with display tables full of rocks. They've got all kinds of different rocks. There's rocks from all over the world, rocks from Brazil, rocks from Arkansas. There's all kinds of stones, labradorite, a lot of that, smoky quartz, regular quartz. You know, I'm basically I could just keep listing off, and I probably would never list off all the stones that were at that place. It wasn't the biggest gem show that I've ever seen, but it was pretty good. And they had a lot of things. I was able to pick up this skull. And so I was really excited to get to work with this thing. And I'm going to tell you all about it in the next few minutes. But compared to the real deal, that's a cool material. But who sculpted that? This, I'm not sure who sculpted this. This is smoky quartz, one of the hardest materials in the world. Not sure who carved it. I really wish that I knew who carved it. I wish I would have been able to get more information, but you can tell that it's like, it's really raw looking. You know, it's not even been polished properly. It's just like this really rough, hacked out, awesome, like really basic, if you ask me. And I hate that word basic now. I mean, classic is probably a word. But I was super excited to get to work with this thing on some, you know, internal evocations and different things like that. And then just a couple days later, here was the full moon. And so I was excited about the full moon. And here, let me, I think I'm back in the arcade. I think it's done being weird and choppy. Let's try to do this thing here. Is this? Yeah, that's it. So, inside of the world here, we can go over here, and we've got the 2018 lunar calendar from moongiant.com. You just double click this thing, and it takes you right over here to the moon's phases. So the full moon was on the 24th. That's when I did this thing. This was about half a week ago. Last quarter's coming up this Wednesday, by the way. Yeah. So I buy this thing, and I think I bought it maybe on Saturday or Sunday, and so I get everything ready on Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm going to get in the right state of mind. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to put myself into a meditative state, okay? And I'm just going to see if anything happens. I had no pre-recollections, you know? I had no idea of anything that would happen. No preconceived notions. All I knew is that I just wanted to see what would happen. And so I go into it, and I'm meditating, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm in the floor, all right? And I've got this crystal skull, and I'm sorry, here, I'm going to be doing a little bit. There's this. Might need to make it a little bigger. So I'm sitting in the floor with this crystal skull. And, you know, first off, you just have to get rid of all of your thoughts of feeling weird about stuff. You know, if you're going to do magic, that's the number one thing, is you have to be able to just kind of throw everything out the window as far as like your personal embarrassment, I guess, about what you're doing. Anyway, so I was sitting there and I had this skull and I'm meditating. And whenever I meditate, usually what I do is I've got here, I'll show you. I actually made this bag here to keep the skull in. It's a leather satchel bag, and it's pretty rad. And you can open it up, and inside of here I've got a mala that I made. And this is a hematite mala. I've had the components that went into making this thing for years. You know, there wasn't any bad juju, if you want to call it that. Bad juju. That's hilarious. So what I do whenever I meditate is I use these beads, right? And they've got a crystal skull on them too, and I've had these for years now. But yeah, there's my first crystal skull that I ever bought. It's just basically a bead. And I've got a metal skull on there as well. But these are hematite. So what I do is I use Japa Mala meditations. And so in Japa Mala meditations, Japa meditation means that you count your breaths. You do 108 of them typically. And you use a mantra and one of these malas. And for every one of the beads on here, and I think it's getting a little, pulling a little bit. I might need to restring her. Been using it quite a bit lately. So what happens is you just use one bead, volume down. Okay, hold on. You need me to turn the volume down? Is that what you said? Or did my volume go down? Okay, hold on. All right, how about that? Is that good? Okay. Okay, cool. So anyway, here's this. Anyway, so I was meditating. And I, you know, once you get to a certain... Okay. All right, let me get that music. There we go. Is that any better? That's probably better, right? All right. That's still a little loud. All right, that's probably... There we go. All right, let me turn that down. I think I figured it out. I think I just gotta like crank my volume all the way and use that as a baseline of what it sounds like when you guys hear me. But so I go into a meditative state using those beads. Really what you do is you use the vibration of the mantra that you're using. And if you're into mantra meditation, if you know much about meditating with mantras, really what you're wanting to focus on is the vibration. And what I mean by that is, and this is how I do it, is I use the Om. Om is actually 3 letters. It's A-U-M. If you break it down, the Ah stands for the creative force. It's life being made, right? And then the Oo is like supposed to be the force that just stays, you know, the staying force, the existence. And then the destructive force is the and it's a cycle. So it's so you do that, and you just think of those 3 tones. And you think about them in a way so you hear them, and you can actually hear them. And whenever you think about it, you try to make it so that's the only thing you're thinking of, is the way that those noises would make your throat vibrate, or the way that they would make your chest vibrate. and you start focusing on those noises, the ones that you are thinking of in your head that you're not really hearing. And pretty soon you can start kind of blocking out everything else, and you go into a different state of thinking in your brain. And that allows you to open up more avenues of perception. You can talk to different parts of yourself, right? So in Goetia, in magic, whenever you're evoking these spirits, you're actually talking to different aspects of yourself. You're not talking to some disembodied spirit necessarily. You know, these things are all active parts of yourself, and you've got these things already inside of you. And these methods of communication are actually methods of communication with that part of yourself that it communicates in a different way. It's more of a symbolic communication, and that's the whole point of magic, is to be able to symbolically communicate with your higher self. A lot of people call it the holy guardian angel, or the highest self. There's a lot of different words to call it. I don't know what you mean by phantom self. Do you mean your shadow self? Because I've done a lot of work with meeting my shadow self. There's a lot of different things out there that can assist with that as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to take a... Oh, hey. I'm going to take a... I'm going to go over here because I'm going to need to be able to read a little bit. Right? So I was meditating. I go into this meditative state and I start thinking to myself, well, I'm going to have to, communicate with this thing. And so I did. And really, the whole point of the first time is I thought, I'm just going to put myself into meditation, right? I'm going to put myself into this state. And I'm going to see if anything speaks to me. I'm just going to open myself up and see what comes up. So, in one hand I have my mala, and I'm using it, okay, as I've already established. In the other hand I have this. Down here in the bottom corner you can see this in my crystal skull. So, I'm doing that. And my mind's clear. I'm almost to the point where I feel like I'm weightless. I'm hanging there. Sounds don't exist except for Om. Temperature doesn't exist. I'm actually in a state of calm. And when I entered into this state of calm, a word kept popping up. And it felt more like a word, And this word that kept flashing through, and it wasn't really like a voice speaking it. It wasn't like somebody saying, "This is me." This is just a word that kept flashing in my head. And it said, Abraxas. And so I'm there in this meditative state, and this word comes up. And whenever you meditate, you're taught to, or you teach yourself, whenever a thought comes up, you just push it away, right? You acknowledge it, you move past it and go. And then you go back to what you were doing. You try not to even forget about it. You try to make forgetting unnecessary and just pass through. So I'm doing this a few times, and this word keeps popping up in my head. Abraxas. And I can spell it, like I can see it. You know what I mean? And so the first thing that I do after this is I'm like, clearly, I'm going to have to go over here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. So first thing I did was hit Google, because we're in 2018. So I go over there. I hit up Google for Abraxas, and it takes me to the Wikipedia page. So let me show you what popped up on the Wikipedia page here. Now, Abraxas is a Gnostic deity. I had no idea about this beforehand. I hadn't really ran into Abraxas or Gnosticism very much. I had always, heard certain things about Gnostics and Gnosticism, and, there was Gnostics sects at the time around Jesus and different things like that people always say. But I had never really studied Gnosticism too much myself. I was, I just never did. So going in here and seeing this was really interesting, because Abraxas, I found out, is actually a magical word being applied to what the Gnostics called the Great Archon, or the Archon. And Abraxas is basically the god who is an amalgam of the good God and the evil God put into one. And he's also the god of the 365 spheres, or the 365 heavens, which is interesting to me, because I always have this thought of row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And it's kind of driving me crazy in a way, because life is like a dream in a lot of ways, and that song doesn't make a lot of sense, except for if you think about just the way that life is full of subtleties, and we can't really direct anything, but we can influence subtleties in our life that can cause major changes. And it's amazing that Abraxas is the god of the 365 spheres, which the whole idea of 365 heavens is amazing, because that's the amount of days in a year. So if there are 365 heavens and 365 days in a year, would that mean that each day is a different heaven? It's really something to think about. It's something amazing. When the sun goes up and the sun comes down, it's kind of like a different thing. And there's gods and different spirits that are assigned to each and every day, and every cycle of time, every week and every month, every 13 or 28 days, whenever the moon goes around. There's cycles all around us. But Abraxas is the god of all of the cycles, all of the 365 spheres, and it was actually found as a talisman on gemstones. The word was found on gemstones, and carved into those gemstones was this picture, and I'll just take you over here and show you that. Abraxas. This is Abraxas. Abraxas has the head of a cock, of a rooster, and legs of snakes. He always holds a shield in one hand and some kind of a multi-layered flail, sort of a whip, in the other hand. Those four horses that he has there symbolize the four elements, and nobody knows what kind of god he was. Nobody knows what kind of god Abraxas was. There's no specifics, really. He was a very vague god, but he was also related to he is the ultimate god. A lot of people consider that ultimate reality unknowable, and Abraxas represents that unknowable, chaotic, yet balanced, ultimate everything. And I thought that was amazing. And so I did a little bit more research and looked into it a little bit more. And here, let's see if I can find some more of this info over here. I tried to put it all pretty simply over here. Abraxas, the name of a god in the system of the Gnostic Basilides? I don't know. A magic spell inscribed on the late Hellenistic amulets and talismans. The etymology of the name has not been completely explained, J.R. Pasirius regards the works as an originating from the Hebrew ha-brekha, blessing. One of the oldest magical spells is close to the meaning of abracadabra, or to bless, ha-brakadabara. A. Geiger also looks for its roots in Hebrew. So a lot of people think that Abraxas comes from Hebrew, but the thing is that nobody can prove that Abraxas it comes from Hebrew, you know? So Abraxas became part of the history of religion thanks to the early Christian heresiologists, St. Irenaeus, St. Hippolytus, and St. Jerome. They discussed the views of Basilides and considered him the creator of Abraxas. In Basilides' theogony, Abraxas occurs as the great archon of the ether, a prince who rules over 365 spiritual beings, the Oranoi, who were created by wisdom and power, two elements that come from the pre-eternal and unknowable being. Each Uranos manifests a different aspect of the god, while Abraxas shows the god's fullness as his representative. The unimaginable is also described by the term omnipotent god. Irenaeus notes that the connect between the name Abraxas and the number of the 365 Oranoi. A. Neander and K.L. Geisler follow Irenaeus and use the method of gematria to establish that this is the numeric value of the letters that compose the name Abraxas. So the word Abraxas itself... Okay, hold on a second. So you're saying that you were looking into a different demon. It seems like the same one. Let's take a look at this. Oh, dude. That is awesome. The Wheel of Life is a presentation of Buddhist teaching on the suffering and is as cyclic in form. Okay, so Abraxas is connected to a lot of other very similar gods, including, and you guys are gonna never believe this, Hermes Trismegistus and like Prometheus. These kinds of characters, the ones who give knowledge, the ones whose knowledge is actually knowledge that doesn't care about your opinion. You know, the truth is like that. The truth doesn't care about your opinion. Your truth doesn't care about your opinion of you. Did you know that? You are so many different people to so many different people. Every single person who's ever met you in your entire life sees you as somebody different than A, the person you truly are, B, the person you see yourself as, and C, the person that others see you as. So there are many, many versions of you out there. I thought that that was one of the most amazing things. You know? So what is truth? What is a sense of self? What is all of that? You know? Abraxas became part of the history of religion, blah, blah, blah. Let's scroll down a little bit. Can you just do a little scrolling, please? Apparently that's froze. All of this information is here inside of the arcade as well. So, and I also have some more information on Abraxas. I'm actually going to go live in the voice chat too, over on Discord. Here, let me put the Discord. I'm going to put a link to the Discord. If you are watching right now and you've never joined us on Discord, what's that? Apparently this isn't working. That's weird because I was just on this website and I know that it works. The address isn't there anymore. That's real weird, guys. So, here's the Lesser Key of Solomon. There's quite a bit in here. So, I'm sitting there. The word keeps coming into my head, Abraxas. I go and I look this stuff up, and it ends up being this, like, this god of the ultimate higher knowledge, ultimate reality. And, like, what better representation of the, I don't even want to say it, like, but, like, super, like, autistic version, you know what I mean, of things. Like, the way that my mind just wants to play by the rules. You know, I think that that is magical thinking in itself, is the need to want to be able to define certain things and to be able to put into science of some sort these observations of the universe around us, these cause and effects, the weird things too, the ones that are like the things that whenever you start thinking about stuff and then the world around you starts changing. You know, that's the stuff that interests me. And that's the stuff that got me into a state of mind where I would even be able to meditate, go into a meditative state, and be able to receive new information. Now, while I didn't exactly communicate in physical form with anything, a word did rise up seemingly from nowhere through my consciousness, broke away, and was able to go into my mind on that screen that I was projecting those sounds onto. And that word popped up, Abraxas. And it was a message from my subconscious, my unconscious mind, for me to be able to go into a direction, to be able to look this information up. And that's how magic works, you know? So here's the Lesser Key of Solomon. I just wanted to take a couple looks at this in case you guys haven't seen it before. Now, this is a magic book. It's the Book of Evil Spirits. Contains 200 diagrams and seals for the invocation and convocation of spirits, necromancy, witchcraft, and black art. Translated from ancient manuscripts in the British Museum, London. Ceremonial magic, only authorized edition extant. This is pretty amazing. So this is, and you can't really see very well, but these are seals, names, sigils. Here's the sigils, the signs, the seals. These are to all the goetic demons. And there's some diagrams of the different altar setups and various things that you use. This is definitely a book I would recommend reading if you're into this. Whenever you actually start studying the occult and what the occult really is, you start to see that it is an amazing tool. A tool for self-discovery and self-evolution. It's a tool to be able to find out things about yourself that you not only didn't you ever know, but that you never thought you could know. The occult allows you to take the keys to the universe, the keys to your very reality, and this is true. The occult allows you the keys to your very reality and allows you to take it apart step by step, examine it, throw away all the parts of it that don't work to you, reassemble it, and turn it into something better than it's ever been. And you can take those steps and you can take every aspect of your life and you can make it better. And if you start dealing with these demons, you know, the word demon comes from the word for spirit. It doesn't mean some kind of a malevolent entity. And while some of these entities can seem malevolent, they're all inside of you anyway. We have parts of ourselves that are lazy and selfish and destructive. and jealous. We have all of these things inside of us, and it's whenever we can acknowledge those things and control them that we can move forward in getting past them, because unless you can acknowledge that those things are part of you, they will always be, from your perspective, outside of you. And whenever you can integrate those things, whenever you can take those shadow parts of yourself and you can integrate that with your current sense of self, then you can actually move into a sense of who you really need to be, a balance between the good and the bad, a stasis, you know? And I think that was really the message of the whole Abraxas thing the other day was, kind of reminds me of, I was looking for, possibly an entity. I was hanging out with this crystal skull, and I was hanging out with this thing, and I was looking for an entity to contact me. I was holding myself open for that. And the word Abraxas came through. There wasn't some advanced, hashed out spirit that spoke to me, telling me, any kind of messages. That wasn't supposed to happen that time. But a word sent me on a journey. And that's how it works, guys. That's how these subtleties of life works. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep meditating with this thing. I'm going to keep letting myself be open for these communications, and I'm going to start talking to these things. I'm also going to start evoking these spirits as well. This allows me to have a focus. It's not some magical item. I mean, it is a magical item, but the magic happens inside your head, guys. Now, this is something else that I got the other day, and this is a ball that I've owned for a while. This is a smoky quartz crystal ball. I bought this so I could work with these spirits, okay? This is an evocation triangle. This triangle is made of coal. It's carved from coal. Made from basically dinosaurs. Fluorocarbons from millions of years ago. So, I got that. My crystal ball goes right on top of it like that. And this is something that I can use whenever I meditate, whenever I want to evoke something, when I need to speak to one of these goetic demons, one of these spirits, when I need to communicate and talk to them about what I need to do. Because you can use them to get things done. That's what they're there for. They're a part of you. And when you learn how to communicate with them, you can get anything done that you want, especially things that you can't normally do on your own. That is probably the best part of it, to be honest. And this is something that's real. This isn't make-believe. This isn't something that I'm telling you that, I haven't said anything tonight that I just want you to believe on face value. I haven't said a single thing that I expect you guys to go and just assume that anything is real. I'm not telling you that you're going to be able to summon demons to physical appearance right in front of you. Even though that is possible. I'm telling you it is possible. I'm not going to say it's going to happen to you. But I am going to say that if you do these things, even if you study a little bit, there's a difference between an armchair magician and somebody who has adventures. Isn't that what they say? Is that Gordon White? I think says that. That's what Sarah was telling me. It's a secondhand comment. So, if you're not having adventures, you're not doing magic. What does that mean? It means if you're not physically working, if you're not sitting there putting yourself into trance states, talking to rocks, accessing the internal parts of your mind that you cannot access in waking reality, in your normal sense of mind. Okay, it's impossible, okay, to access these parts of your brain in the proper way without it. When you see these people, these armchair magicians, as they call them, doing these things, you know, talking about magic online and talking about, you know, these conceptuals, you know, when you see these people talking about these conceptuals like they've done something, but they've never done anything, then you can't really take their experience as gospel, because they don't have any experience. So the best thing to do is just have your own experience. You know, go grab a stone, go learn how to scry. You know, that's the number one thing. Maybe next week we'll teach you how to scry. Maybe I'll have somebody on who can teach you how to scry. I know that next week one person that I am going to have on the show is this guy right here.
This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX 777.
Travis Magus.
Today we're going to talk about a very powerful introductory study for anybody who is really beginning on this path and wanting to know where to start. Namely, I'm talking about the system of the 7 chakras.
So you can check out his video, Travis Magus, on YouTube, Chakras Explained. And he'll be on the show next Sunday, where we will be talking about actually quite a bit of stuff. I want this video to play. Huh. It's an image, but it's supposed to be a YouTube video. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the amount of time you remember is significant. Short term is usually longer than long term. Long term is short clips or pictures. Past lives come in flashes and only last a second or two. Yeah. You know, I do have it. Oh, there's that. I have this recurring dream where, well, I used to have it. I haven't had it in a long time. But I had a recurring dream where I was inside of it seemed like it was a castle. Rock walls, dark. And I was looking for something, and I thought, I'm really glad that I made this. I was like 4 when I thought of that, when I had that dream. You know, how do we have weird dreams about past lives when we're children and we don't understand those things? It's really interesting. Abraxas. You know, it's really interesting in my past week of kind of interacting with the whole Abraxas thing. I was watching some videos. I was YouTube searching, and I came across some pretty interesting things from various people from all across all walks of life. There was a couple of things I wanted to show you before I get out of here. I know that today's episode is kind of, I don't know, short. But I don't have a guest today, so it's going to be kind of short. Alright, so I have this thing, right? It's the Ouija board. It's a Ouija. It's a Ouija. Look what happens whenever I open up the Ouija. Look at that. It's haunted. And then it folds itself up. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having Travis Magus on the show. We've been sending messages back and forth talking about various subjects, and you know, really, it seems like a lot of people these days are starting to... Here, let's get out of here. A lot of people these days are starting to really kind of have more of like a ritual magic sort of a mindset. And it's not necessarily a superstitious mindset either. I think that that's a little bit different. I don't think I'd have it in me to make a public scene. What do you mean public scene? Like let people know? That's totally one thing. There's a lot of stuff about life that is unscripted. You know, things that they don't tell you about, things that are not talked about and hidden. And that's what occult means. That's the occult arcade. You know, things are hidden. And so I talk about them. And whenever you learn about these hidden things, you realize why they were hidden, which is kind of interesting. You know, a lot of this information is kept from people because the average person, you know, has a hard time handling and dealing with some things. But if you have the capacity to know, if you have the capacity to use the tools and you find them out on your own independently, and that's a key. When you find out this stuff independently, you can use it in your life. And you can become a wizard, or whatever you want to call it. That's what I call it, or a mage. You know, whatever you want to call it, you're a magic user. You use the subtleties of life to direct your little boat down the stream and through the currents of life to go to the destination that you're looking for, that you're willing yourself. Because the whole idea is that you're taking the will into your own hands and you're doing these things, not because things are happening to you, but because you have a good, solid plan and you're using the subtle energies of life to get what you need to out of life. Not necessarily everything you want, but you will get everything you need. It's amazing. I wonder in what ways the occult might help one self-heal. Synapses, the occult can help you self-heal in any way that you need to, and I'm 100% sure about that in one way or another. Now, maybe you have some questions that you'd like answered. Maybe you have questions about the occult. Maybe you would like to know exactly how the occult can help you heal in specific ways. I'm more than happy to help you with that. I'm more than happy to help you find the right resources. Because the occult isn't about evil. Here's the thing. It's not about evil at all. It's about opposing evil. It's about balance and finding balance in yourself and finding the things about you that are unbalanced and bringing them into a balance. I mean, really, the occult is designed to make people self-heal and has no other purpose whatsoever. When you see people saying that they're going to use the occult to damage other people or to hurt other people, they're not using the occult necessarily. They're just being assholes. You know, they're using occult concepts to try to project an evil will on others, and that's malevolent. And that's evil. That's just evil. That has nothing to do with necessarily being tied to the occult. The occult just means hidden. It just means that information that they don't tell you about all the time. Right. It was inspiring hearing you talk about removing bad aspects of yourself and building yourself into a better person. It is inspiring. And you know, it's inspiring to feel it too. I remember I used to be such an anxious person. Whenever I grew up, you know, I'm not going to go into details here, and I can tell you in the Discord if you want to know details or whatever, but I grew up in not the best situation. And it caused me to think of certain things certain ways and have all kinds of deep scars and things that whenever I was in my early 20s that really kind of made my life a lot harder than it needed to be. So I had this point where I first started learning about Hinduism and meditation. And that's why I use this mala. That's why I use these beads to meditate, is because that's the easiest way to physically feel something while you have your eyes closed. You don't have to think about the number of breaths you're taking because you just move along the line of one beat at a time for every breath you take. And whenever you have terrible panic attacks, like I had back then, meditation was really, really, honestly, the only thing that could help me remove the anxiety, besides, drugs, to be honest. And I didn't do illegal drugs. It was the ones they prescribe you, which are way worse, in my opinion, than a lot of them. But, so I started meditating, and I started being able to, if I had a panic attack, it would allow me to first identify that I was having it. And that's the most important thing, is that when you have a problem, you have to identify it. Yeah, I got a breathing exercise. The Om thing, I would use Om. So I would just long breath in for a 4 count, hold it for 4, and then let it out for 4. And then you just keep doing that in a cycle. And then it'll, it just helps you take your mind off of it. And those breathing exercises are an old, ancient, occult tip. And a lot of people don't think about it like that, but it's true. Those breathing exercises, this prana exercises. Prana means the life force. It's just represented by the breath in people in Hinduism. So those really helped quite a bit. And then I got into other aspects of Hinduism, talking about different philosophies and things like that, tantra and different things that were pretty interesting. And one thing that I learned was kind of important is the visualization of different aspects of the Godhead to represent different aspects of the self that you needed to access to be able to integrate. And that's a sort of complicated way of saying that, sometimes you like spaghetti and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're in the mood for eggs and sometimes eggs smell terrible. You get what I'm saying? You ever feel that way? You ever feel like sometimes it feels like I'm one person one day and I feel like another person another day? And I'm not talking about multiple personality disorder. I'm talking about the subtle little things that if you're in a great mood, if good things are happening, then you feel a certain way. And if bad things are happening, you feel a certain way. And these are all different structures of the mind that exist within everyone. And we all share these different structures of the mind, which are these archetypes, and they are these primordial gods. They are these Hindu gods or these demons. They're these archetypes like Carl Jung talked about. And whenever you start learning how to access and communicate with these things, then you actually don't have to be afraid of them anymore. You don't have to be afraid of those parts of yourself that you feel that you can't control, because you can start to control any part of yourself that's out of line with the way that you truly need to be. Joker says, mine is I breathe in through my stomach, tighten my stomach, and push up and blow out. Oh, dude, that is a full exercise. That's like oh, dude. I'm gonna have to try that one, actually. That'll give you abs. Yeah, I just did it. It did give me abs. Like, I have abs right now because of it. Oh, I don't have abs right now. I mean, I guess technically I do. So there's a lot of good stuff in the occult. And if you guys have any questions, definitely... If you have Anarchy Arcade, I'm going to host this room. So you'll be able to come in here and you'll be able to read any of these books at all. And these books should... It does sound similar to breathing in karate. I did it. I used to... Gosh. I used to do that stuff. I got the Urantia book. I think that has something to do with aliens. I got to make it a little bit interesting and everything. But there's even a hallucinogenic plants guide in here. These are all just texts. This is all for educational purposes. I'm not telling you to go out and do hallucinogenic plants. But... oh, yeah. Urantia is definitely kind of way out there. It's part of exercising your ki. It's true. It's that prana. It's that breath, that life force. Oh my gosh. Here, what's this book here? Consciousness, the Epic of Gilgamesh. There's a lot in here. Hey, I'm not going to show the whole video. I'm just going to show a part of it for educational purposes. But this is one of the best videos about... I didn't want that. I wanted... Gotta go over here to Poke Runyon.
Rock. In the latter stages, a way that anybody,
Oh, here he is.
with the desire and the determination, should summon these
Okay.
spirits to visible appearance and have conversation with them.
This is a great
I
video.
tried placing a crystal ball in the triangle.
I
then
love
when
his
stepped
crystal-
back inside the magic circle.
I love his
the
crystal ball
operator
stand.
was supposed to do according
It's like a
to
little
the
window.
texts. The 60mm ball appeared the size of a doorknob. I knew that the crystal had to be used inside the circle for the invocation of the ancients. And yet, we had to put something in that triangle. Something fascinating, something hypnotic, and something large enough to provide a viewing service. Yes, the speculum. the
Look
dark
at that.
mirror.
That is a dark mirror. That's a really nice mirror too. Like I want that. And look, around the edges, it has all of the metals.
It had to be the dark mirror. But how to use it? How to make it actually work, I asked myself. And then
This tells you
something that I had read
all the details that you would need to know.
jogged my memory. Something about the use of dark mirrors in the Far East. The final clue had been sitting on my bookshelf all the time. The book was called Tantra, the Yoga of Sex by Omar Garrison. In this work,
He's talking about Tantra.
the author described
It's really important to learn about as much as you can whenever you're talking about this kind of stuff, because there's a danger, I think, in not learning enough. If you just look at things from one alternative perspective, then you don't have enough alternative perspectives to actually gather any new information at all. You're just believing in another one thing. You shouldn't believe in everything. Wait, Tantra. Why Tantra here? Tantra is important because it's more than just that thing that everybody knows Tantra for. Tantra is actually more of a spiritual thing. It's about the alchemical union, actually. You can look at it like that. The union between the masculine portion of self and the feminine portion of self. Those subtle parts of ourselves that take over and dominate the different things that we do in ways that we don't even understand while we're doing them. And Tantra helps you find balance in all of that. And the whole idea is, hey, Phosphorus Thoth, how's it going? Hey there. You know, and Tantra teaches you a lot, you know, besides that as well. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Every time you think you have a truth, rest assured you only have part of it. That is definitely true. Oh man, so we're here at the top of the first hour. Pretty good. Hell yeah. So, thank you for joining. I'm really thankful that you guys are here. We're talking about the occult. I was talking about how I spoke, sort of, with myself. You know, that's all the occult is. It teaches you healthy ways to talk to yourself. I think it's so good. But the whole conversation today is I was using this crystal skull to be able to try to contact myself a little bit better. And it worked. And it sent me on a pathway to look for, really, honestly, one of the most interesting entities that I've ever heard about, just for the simple fact that it's all about balance, and it can be viewed as terrible and it can be viewed as something good. It also has roots in Greek. The Jews say that they created it. The Greeks say they created it. You know, it comes from all of these different places, and they can't trace it back very far at all. So, you know, Abraxas goes back to the Gnostics. It's really a Gnostic kind of a thing. And he is the god of the 365 spheres. And I'm going to start a journal, and I encourage you guys to start a journal with me. You know, an occult journal. And this isn't an occult this isn't a recipe book for writing spells or anything necessarily. This is actually just a personal tracker. And here's what we can do. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to the lunar calendar that I have here. And you can go to the lunar calendar at moongiant.com. And every day, I'm going to start writing down just, you know, how I feel. Just a little bit about how I feel, my state of mind. Maybe if I started working with a certain entity, or if I got interested in a certain thing. I'm just going to... Here, and I can actually put the phase names on here. I'm just going to start putting this. And I'll tell you why. This has nothing to do with the fact that maybe the moon is magic. This doesn't have to do with the fact that, you know, there's energies and like goddess powers and... No, this is why we're going to do this. We're going to track the moon because the moon has 28 days in a one moon cycle, which is coincidentally the same amount of days in a human hormonal cycle. So if you are having a certain problem repeatedly during a certain phase of the moon, then maybe you repeatedly month after month, then maybe you have a hormonal imbalance. Maybe you have something going on in your life around that time that causes you not to, you know, be as, you know, maybe you're nutrient deficient. You know, there are a lot of different things. Maybe you're sick certain times. So, you know, it's a really cool thing to do. Plus, it allows you to make connections where you wouldn't normally make them before about in relation to the things. Not to mention, if you are going to be doing like lunar magic or anything like that, this is a really great resource to be able to find that information as well. So I'm going to start doing that. I encourage you guys to start a journal too. Just a couple notes every day, and then a couple months later, and you will be able to self-reflect and see exactly what was going on in your head. Maybe you'll be able to see some patterns and some trends in your personality that you didn't see there previously, and that'll allow you to self-reflect. And self-reflection is probably the number one thing when it comes to the steps involved in making changes in your life. If you feel like life's doing a lot of stuff to you right now, if you feel like things are unfair or that you're unlucky, the best thing that you can do is you can take a magnifying glass and look at your life and write it down and try to be as objective as you can. And eventually, you know, you're going to be able to make these massive positive changes. But you know, there's a certain process that goes along with being able to advance. You know, the alchemical process is a very long, natural process that happens naturally. You know, the earth makes petroleum. You know what I mean? The earth makes petroleum, and it's inside the earth, but it doesn't make it overnight. You know, it takes a long time, and that's a process. Now there are people who can make petroleum products in just a matter of time with very high pressure. They've made carbons and different things like that. So, the alchemy is just a method of being able to speed up a natural process. And that's really what it is, intellectually too. It's a process to be able to make yourself better than you were previously, to be able to integrate yourself, integrate who you want to be with who you need to be, with who you are to yourself and who you see yourself as and who others see you as. We can make gold from lead. We can make gold from everything. Making gold with mercury means using your mind, your consciousness, to build your will and allow your body to influence your life. So it's an amazing thing, this whole process. You can change literally any aspect of your life just by looking at it, dissecting it, taking the parts that are great, keeping them, getting rid of the parts that don't make sense and aren't serving you, putting together the things that are left in a new, innovative way, and then making that a new thing that evolves on its own. That is the process. That's the alchemical process. We can make gold from mercury. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, so like inside of a nuclear reactor, you mean? Absolutely. I was reading a little bit of, or I was watching a YouTube video that was talking about that earlier. Who was it? It was like Alan Watts or something. What is this? Yeah, a lot of heat. All right, I'm gonna watch a part of this video just for educational purposes. Hopefully I can put this in the world here. You know what? Here we go. I think I've almost taken up all the room in that world that I can. So we're going to go out into the hallway. We're going to put this out here. Copper, gold, the third noble metal, silver. So here's that video that you just sent me. We can watch a little bit of it. It's nice.
Tokyo
and loud.
Imperial University,
What?
March 1924.
Oh, okay. Some videos don't play right in here for me. Unfortunately. It just shows a black screen. Yep. Sorry about that. Hey, here's a great video I saw. If you guys are new to all of this, scrying is kind of one of the first steps. Meditation's really the first step. But being able to like read a crystal, or really what you're doing is communicate with your intellect. You're communicating with that, but this guy, I was kind of, when I saw this video, I didn't know what to think, because his crystal ball is like, yeah, it's like that big, and I'm like, this guy just bought a marble at a flea market and now he's making a video. But this is one of the best scrying videos I've ever seen. He talks about how you can scry in pretty much anything. He talks about how one time he did a reading for somebody at a restaurant in a cup with Coca-Cola inside of it. So there's, it doesn't matter what the reflective surface is. The most important part is the way that you put yourself in trance, in that trance state. I use these beads. Other people use other things. Oh man. So the guys from the Contextually Yours podcast just messaged me. Said, "Are you doing a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on right now. Y'all ready to get it?" I'm gonna go in here. I've done a few things to the rooms. Man, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with a lot of these spirits and different things and contacting these various parts of myself. There's that guy. I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, he's not quite the right size, so I gotta make it stretch him and then do that. Okay. Now I got these guys. I don't know where I picked these up on the internet, but they're pretty cool. If you're the artist of these, kudos. They're cute. They're just floating there, crying and laughing. Look at this. It is easier when we're younger. You know, they say kids daydream a lot. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you put yourself into that frame of mind where the images just come up. You know, kids daydream a lot. Adults have a hard time with it. I think that we need to go back to that sometimes. You know? Oh, come on. I've been having some trouble with my YouTube today. My YouTube player inside the game. Here's the movie Haxan. Do you guys have any questions about the occult or anything? Because I would be more than happy to answer anything before I go today. I think that's pretty much all I was wanting to talk about, to be honest. I might stay on a little bit and do a little bit of gaming or something. Haxan, that's pretty awesome. Actually, I could just watch a movie with you guys if you wanted to. I don't know which one I'd want to watch. I'm still working on this, by the way. This isn't, like, finished, clearly. There's nothing in it. It's just a few posters. Yeah, this is all very, very... Is the occult arcade? Here's the actual arcade. Don't have very many machines in here yet. Let's try to play some Sonic. Wish there was a way to set up topics with the community better. Okay, there is. We can do that. What do you mean exactly? Do you know what I mean? Like topics with what kind of topics with what community, I guess. Have a bot take topic requests. Oh, you mean on the Discord? Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that. You know, well, I think that one topic that we're going to have to put on there is like goetic magic, like Goetia. You know, evocations, speaking to spirits and things like that. That's actually one of the most important kinds of magic, I think. The ability to be able to work it all out there in your head. You know what I mean? I just beat Sonic 1. Oh, that's the first level. Okay. Each hour or 30 minutes or whatever, you roll a topic or the next one picked out. Yeah, I could do that. I know that the shows are going to start being a little bit more planned out. You know, in the Discord, we'll also have a lot more organization. I was thinking about that earlier today, actually. The Discord is kind of a cluster fudge right now. So I want to make it to the point where it's not so hard to find the good conversations where people are just wanting to talk or whatever. Dang it, this game is really distracting me. Pretty big fan of this. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. The game where as long as you have one ring, you'll never die. Screw this game. That was way too hard earlier. But I agree. You know, we'll have a couple of things. Really, how I'd like it to go is I want to start having... Nah, I don't want to go there. I'm going to start having guests starting next week. Next week, I'm going to have a guest. I'm really excited about it, too, because this guy has made so many really great occult videos recently in the past year or so. And he's one of my favorite occultists just because I can tell that he comes from a place of genuineness. He's a genuine person when it comes to the occult. He's learning about it because he wants to control parts of himself instead of trying to control others, it seems like. So this is Travis Magus, and he'll be on next Sunday, this coming Sunday. And it'll be me and him. We'll be talking about different various things. I'm going to try to get him on the show as far as like on video. If I can't get the video going, I will at least have the audio, and then I'll maybe like put a picture of him in the world, like this picture of me, so we can sit next to each other and chill or something. Talk about it. And we'll have a bunch of stuff too. And also, I'm going to have a frequently asked questions, or, you know, ask a question about the occult section on the website, or on the Discord at least. So you'll be able to ask your occult questions, and then I will address those live on the show in the following week. So that sounds like a good plan. Man, I'm going to have maintenance come in and fix this. There's a lot of junk going on here. All right. Well, here, let me see if the guys from Contextually Yours are going to come in. They sent me a message a few minutes ago. Oh, it was about an hour ago. Never mind. All right. Well. Yeah, that is a really good idea. I'm also going to try to have Bill Duvendak on here. This is Bill right here. He's got this video called Magic and Introduction. And this is a good one too. You know, magic is a lot of things to a lot of people, but first and foremost...
I thought I would do another video since the time is opened up in my schedule.
First and foremost, I think that magic is for people who are tired of their lives being out of control, out of their own control. And if it can't be in your control, at least know whose control it's in. Yeah, Bill definitely knows his history. Oh, Joker. So what do you want? Are you saying you need to get paid? Here, you can have one of these crystals here. Or I can put one of your favorite videos in the world or something for people to hang out. Or, you know, you could have some of this. Sarah, do you see these? I need these pruned. Oh, man. I'm going to go into the other room. It's loading. This takes a little bit. Oh, man. Hey, do you guys have any questions or anything? Or stories? Really, stories would be cool. Do you have any like, hey, I spoke to this spirit and they told me some weird stuff. The coolest part about the spirits and things is whenever you talk to them about certain things, and then those things start actually happening in your life. It definitely puts a layer of reality on it. you know? This is my room here. What's this? Top secret document? Wait, what seems... Streaming tools don't seem worth it, though. What do you mean? Sorry, I kind of got lost. This is a cool document. This is the government using the mind to do various things called the gateway process. Basically putting yourself into a hypnotic state to be able to perform things. They call it the gateway process. I wonder how much shit they've been doing using that since they came out with this in the 50s or whatever. You know what I mean? And this is directly from the CIA itself, so... Gosh, it's talking about hypnosis and different parts of the brain, pleasure controls, stimulus loop, gray matter, white matter, motor cortex, sensory. Dude, this is awesome. The fuck is a gateway process? Dude, the gateway process is that process where you put yourself into your mind, like your it's the part where you can unlock your it's the part where you can talk to stuff. It's your altered state of reality that lets you communicate. It talks about kundalini and stuff in here. Vibrations in a spontaneous physio kundalini sequence. This is real stuff that they're talking about. Melissa Yeager uses a metaphor to help clarify the process involved in the use of hemisync. Hemisync. They have a technology called hemisync that syncs the hemispheres of the mind and allows you to go into a gateway. You got to see this. This is a really crazy fucking document. Eco Jurors saying most of those look like they were on some crazy drugs. Steven Vegas, though, I think was a bad gun deal. Really? Oh. You had a school shooting and nobody cared? That's weird. It's really weird, actually. This is the men who stare at goats stuff, I think. Telekinesis. Things like that. Yeah, that's real weird stuff, guys. There's a lot of really strange things going on in the world. And, you know, the government knows a lot about stuff. And the occult, I think the occult is demonized because it is so powerful and it is so useful. And it really interests me, to be honest. I guess we can go to this part of the show. This just takes a few seconds here to initialize. This stuff looks great, by the way. So this is... Here, let me turn this on. This is the OA files. All documents in this arcade are directly from the CIA's official website. So all of these documents... Now, these 5 documents right here... And this is the way that the CIA... released these documents, okay? These are all Freedom of Information Act documents. These are all the documents that get asked for the most, okay? The first 5 right over here, however, they describe it as 5 documents that Mulder would really love to get his hands on, okay? Now these documents, these are 5 documents that Scully would love to get her hands on. Flying saucers, meeting of the DSI advisory group, A lot of these just say flying saucers because that was the name of the, yeah. Well, the name of the documents, you know, flying saucers, flying saucers. Here's something called Family Jewels. Family Jewels is a document that the ancient knowledge. What? Synapses, you said you captured a UFO on your phone a few weeks ago. Did you put it online? Because I would definitely play that. What's this? Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell. Yeah, if you've got a link, I'll play it. Oh, God, I didn't even show you guys. Look. This is my favorite part. Look at this. It's a friggin' moon landing. I even got a feed from that camera. That was a feat. I did it. Except for one of my lights disappeared. They do always seem to be around military bases. Isn't that interesting? Nuclear reactors in military bases. I wonder why that is. I guess we'll never know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game called Greetings. It's a lot of fun. Let's see if I can play it. Oh, that's so loud. I'll try to get that sound better for you. Oh man. God, that was just so loud. Just turn that down to about there. Alright, is that better? Alright. Alright, cool. Now I need to, I guess, put the window capture. I'm gonna capture this window. What's this called? Mini Jam? There we go. This is gonna be fun. I can already tell you, this is gonna be fun. I'll stretch the screen here. Just put this way back here behind me. All right. All right, now we're gonna go. We're gonna play this damn game. Look at this. This is very realistic. It's kind of loud. Probably gonna turn it down even more. All right. It's still loud. That's louder than hell. Alright, here we go. Well, I kind of need a little bit of sound because the end of this game is... Alright, that's good enough. I think we were infiltrated many centuries ago. By what? Aliens? I think we're going to see some power plays soon. I think we are going to see some power plays soon. Dude, I'm glad that you're a part of this community, because I think that you're exactly right. God, this game looks scarier than hell. So the whole idea of this game is to search where you are, and you're supposed to find out why you are where you are. It takes a little while. I can't go back there. Oh man. What is all this? Is this where I came from? I don't know. This has nothing to do with personal development or alchemy or anything. Is this where I came from? Oh shit. It's a fucking alien.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Greg.
Guys, I think I just beat the game. Yeah, I just beat that whole game. The entire damn thing. That was fun. But yeah, that's why the it's just a doormat. I just got it because I thought it'd be a really cool aesthetic doormat for the aliens in this cool alien room. And guys, I really do encourage you to come in here and listen to these Art Bell videos. He's really good. He's dead now. He's passed away, but he lives on in all of these videos here. And I encourage all of you guys to go out here and download this game if you haven't had it. Because it's, well, first off, it's free on Steam. Second off, it is really convenient. And honestly makes your computer the virtual world. You can put whatever you want in this place. It's awesome. Look at this thing, the Mandelbrot set. We're going to be pitted against Russia. Something plotted is going to happen to set the spark. Then we'll have China and India to worry about. Guess what? I don't think we will, to be honest. I don't think we will have any of that to worry about, to be 100% honest. Like, at all. I think that it's really interesting to me that John Titor, the John Titor story, says that there's going to be you know, a we versus they. Yeah, you know, the bad guys, the ones who are trying to take over the world, you know, the guys behind the scenes trying to, you know, they, you know, the scary one world government, new world order types people, you know. I think that we're going to be pitted against them. You know, John Titor said that Russia, in his version of reality, Russia blew up many of the major cities in the United States, but it was to liberate the American people from their government. And so I always thought that that was pretty interesting. I think right now I'm going to take a short break and yeah. And that'll be cool. Here, let me just put a cool video on for you folks real quick. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in here and just play one of Travis's videos for you guys. While I'm doing this and getting this stuff ready, because I'm gonna take a break. I've been going for about an hour and a half, and the guys from Contextually Yours are getting ready to come and hang out with us. So I did want to play one of these videos here while I take a short break and get something else to drink. Here, let me...
Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. We're going to talk a little bit about the subconscious mind. We're going to talk about 777, and we're going to touch on Gnosticism a bit. The stuff that I talk about is subject matter based upon study. Okay, I don't make any of this stuff up. If I made this shit up, I'd make it a lot easier. Alright? The things that I talk about in my videos are a result of years of studious research. Alright? Not just YouTube videos, but also reading the books. Right? The books that were mentioned in the videos, and also books that I felt compelled to research. So what I'm trying to say here is, none of this is about me trying to put on some type of front, okay? Everything that I convey here in these messages is a subject matter that I feel is very important for every human being in this lifetime to learn, okay? So the reason I'm coming at you like this in this video is because I think that on my last video where I talked about...
Oh yeah. Alright, I will be right back, but you guys can hang out in the comments section and enjoy this video by TK Travis Magus.
Subjects. So I hope to clear that up here today. When I talk about the three worlds, the physical, the astral, and the mental, this is coming directly from the Hermetic principles, okay? If you read the Kabbalah, it specifically states that there are three worlds, and in between each world is a gradual transition, right? And everything begins at the level of thought, and it filters downward until we have a physical manifestation. Alright? And this is directly reflected in the Kabbalah. And if you notice on the Tree of Life, what you have here at the very top is what is known as Kether. Alright? And this is the source of all creation. Okay, and beyond this is the triple blackness. 3 levels of we don't even know, we can't even fathom what you would call God, what you would call the Creator. Okay, the Tree of Life here, which is what the Kabbalah is a map. Okay, there's a perfect map of the human body. You can see right there in the center of the head where Thoth is. Thoth represents knowledge, and it also represents the abyss, because it's very easy to get lost in the abyss. Alright, and each of the different spheres correlate to different parts of the body. This also is a map of the universe and how creation manifests. It's also a map of the mind and the soul. It's a map of everything, right? Because reality is a fractal. This is the perfect shape, and it replicates on all levels of existence. So when we talk about these 3 worlds, the very top is the mental plane. The center is the astral plane. The bottom is the material world. That's why they have the earth flat down here. They have the sky, they have that barrier. Right there where Doth is, the abyss. And then we have Kether, right? So, when I mention 777, what that actually is the path of which creation, the lightning flash of inspiration, right? Where creation manifests on the physical plane. So it begins up here in Kether, and it shoots down in a zigzag lightning bolt pattern. Bam to bam, 7. Bam to bam, 7. Bam, bam, 7. Alright? Well, let's see. 7, 7, 7. That's it. And then it goes down here. And what that is the pathway of the purest intent from the Creator down to the most base and dense physical matter. And as it hits each one of these spheres, it begins to pick up attributes from each one of these spheres. Alright? This is the only way that it can exist in the physical realm. The path of 777 is the path of creation. It begins as pure light. And the first sphere that it hits, it begins to filter into an idea. Then it bounces to the other side, and it begins to filter more as far as adding restrictions.
Hello.
Now, as it bounces
I'm
from
back.
left to right, from both sides of the tree, it's going between levels of expansion and contraction.
All right. Well, I think we're moving into the part of the show wonder where damn Jeff and Griffin are. They're supposed to be on the show sometime. Like right now. I'm gonna look in the Discord. Well, they're online. I just don't know if... All right. A test required to vote might make a huge difference. Yeah, like making sure people actually understand the fucking thing that's going on before they start making decisions that are going to affect all of us. Because what they saw on television or heard on the radio, it's disgusting. You shouldn't be allowed to vote if you don't know the issues. I agree with you guys. You guys are in my new society or whatever. We're just going to start out the whole new thing. It's called the New United States. Or some shit. I don't fucking know. How about Not Shitty World? Can we all just live in Not Shit World? I'd like to go hang out in Not Shit World this weekend. You guys want to go hang out in Not Shit World? Oh, I heard about Not Shit World. It's a fucking phenomenal place. I heard that it's not shitty there. Oh, fuck yeah. I heard it's not shitty in Naughty Shit World, too. George Lucas. This is a... I'm just wandering around this world at this point. Which is fucking cool. You know, let's go somewhere interesting. We've been inside of the Occult Arcade for a while now. Let's go on an adventure. You want to create an internet society? Okay, let's start one. What do you want to call it? I'll buy the website. Let's do it. I had one called the Magistry. That was cool. A magistry is a thing that is like whenever you're in alchemy and you take everything and you break it all down and then you take all the bad shit out and then you smash the good stuff together. That's called the magistry. And actually that's what medicine is made of these days. Like that's the process for making medicines So that's pretty cool. So this thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go on a little adventure to some new maps. So we're going to take a look at that. That's something that would have a heavy amount of planning and implementation. All right. Well, we definitely have a show that we can use to, promote it and get the word out about it. Let's take a look at this. There's so many of these maps that I could use that just look so cool. There's one that's the Matrix, but I'm missing a lot of the elements that compose it. All right, let's see here. Lockdown is one of the scariest ones. I like that a whole lot. Five Nights at Freddy's. A ghost hunt. That's neat. Lair. Huh. What's this? You tried something similar with someone else, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the evil lair. I'm on, yeah, this is pretty fucking neat. What does this say? No smoking. Oh, those are fucking bombs. That's hilarious. So this is my evil lair, apparently. And I'm just going to go over here and hit these evil lair buttons. This one's a laser. Jeff?
Lasers?
Lasers.
Yeah, I've got lasers going on right now, actually.
Oh my god, lasers.
There's fucking hearts, stars, and horseshoes. Clovers and blue moons. Lots of fucking lasers.
I like Lucky Charms.
My grandma was a laser. Hey,
Hey,
we gotta check.
Hold on, you're really loud.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, very loud.
So are you?
No, it's good. Wait,
Loud guy.
Super loud? Oh, sweet. What were you gonna say?
We're having kind of technical difficulties on our end too.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Why?
You're just running through 3 systems.
It's okay. We're checking.
You're running through 3 systems.
Yeah, we're experimenting like kids do in college.
Oh, that's good.
With their genitalia and their chemicals.
How's that volume? Is that any better?
Well, I turned you down. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We gonna...
Yeah, make that do.
Okay.
I'm on an island that's a lot like Dr. Evil's. You know Dr. Evil's island from Austin Powers 2?
Yeah.
I'm inside of a map that is very much like that, where I am on an island and it's gorgeous outside, right? It's just fucking beautiful. Like the sun is perpetually setting and it's just gorgeous. And there's a volcano, except for the entire interior of the volcano is my evil lair. So I'm thinking about maybe building an arcade inside of this. This seems like my kind of place.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Wait, is that like what part is that in the game or?
Yeah.
We don't have a visual running yet.
Oh, okay. That's good.
We're almost there.
That's fine. I'm sure you'll get there.
We're trying. We're hitting buttons right now.
I'm in the water now. I'm scared.
Is it deep? Is it black water?
It is deep water and it is black. It's like fucking scary.
The blackest of water. Darkest gray.
Yeah. I don't think a single person could cover all the bases, so the real challenge would be find someone with the same ideas. That's true.
I know how many people are on a baseball team because they
like fucking 9 of them, I think.
It takes like all of them to cover bases.
That's true. Well, no, it takes actually 4 of them to cover all the bases, but
Yeah, I don't play sports.
I don't know about any of it. I'm probably way wrong. Somebody's probably out there listening going, it takes 7 people to cover all the bases because of the in-between places.
In the in-between places. That's what I call it. You're like an in-between fielder.
Yeah, the in-between field.
What buttons are you pressing there, guy? Oh, that's right. Okay, we're almost really here.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. Oh. Well, that's cool.
What's cool?
I found some people inside of tubes that apparently I have kidnapped.
Like on purpose, or like you forgot, you got blackout drunk and...
Yeah,
Where do
that's
you
it.
get these people tubes?
These people tubes are inside of the game. And it's really weird because I know that I actually have these assets. I just need to know what they're called. Because, you know, I want to use them.
Yeah. There's no point in having assets if you don't use them.
That's true. So what have you guys been doing?
Well, we were going to do a broadcast from a haunted house this evening, but that kind of fell through.
We partied yesterday.
Yeah, we did that.
I was a wizard.
You were a wizard. I was Jeff, I'm a wizard every day. I thought you were too.
I was a different kind of wizard.
Oh, yeah.
A different kind of wizard. But no, it was good. We went out, hung out with a bunch of friends, saw a couple of fans of the show. It was good.
What? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And as soon as we get this going here correctly, I think we are going to live broadcast us hanging out with you.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, that is Jeff and Griffin. They
sure is.
They are on the show. They're watching and they're listening.
Once a cult arcade goes over 60 miles per hour, you won't be able to slow down.
Yeah.
88
What
miles
do
an hour.
you do?
Oh, it's
What
speed
do you
now.
do?
Yeah.
I would
We have
probably just
hijacked
hit the
your
gas.
podcast.
You got to deploy your solar sails in order to slow down.
That seems like it would make sense.
Yeah, you're using ionic interference at that point.
Yeah. I like that you know what that is. That's good. So, what's this? Resident Evil. I got a snowy castle, another castle, a Templar castle.
A Templar castle.
The TARDIS.
Is it a TARDIS castle?
Here, you know what? I'm gonna go
You're on
into
the inside.
I'm gonna go into the TARDIS. I hope I don't get in trouble for this.
You just get lost because it's huge.
I hope there's no damn Daleks around here.
Plunge your face. Who knew there was so much involved in social media things?
I
To hit
don't know.
buttons. Should be way simpler.
Like, I think I'm like way deep up inside that TARDIS. Girl.
Balls deep up in that TARDIS.
I'm
If
gonna
you know
get
what I mean.
getting deep up in that TARDIS. I don't want getting deep up in the TARDIS sounds really bad.
That's beautiful.
You guys big fans of the movie Spaceballs at all?
Yeah. I've never heard of it.
Okay. Because I've downloaded a map the other day that is like from the movie Spaceballs.
Like what part?
It's like the Spaceball world.
So like it's like all of.
No, it's just like the
There's a lot of iconic places, I guess. That's what I'm-
ludicrous.
Open logic.
Yeah.
No.
Are you going to?
No.
Okay.
Just run it through ODS. Just like a Spartan.
Oh man. Joker says, here's one thing I always wondered though. If you were at near the speed of light and you threw a ball, would your hand or ball be going faster? So you're at the speed of light and you throw a ball. I don't think that the ball's velocity would change.
It wouldn't, especially with current thought behind going to the speed of light. Like with conventional theories on warp technology, you would actually bend a piece of space-time around you in a contained bubble to then meet, or at least come close to, the speed of light. Now, when doing so, with you being trapped inside a bubble of normal space, you could throw whatever the hell you want, and neither of you are going to be going any faster. The only thing that would suck is in that space that it took you to throw that ball up and down, there's a good chance, depending on the speed that you're traveling, that 1 million years could have passed on Earth before that ball falls into your hand.
So welcome to Contextually Yours.
Yeah.
Well, because once you start going faster and faster towards the speed of light, time dilation starts to kick in, and that's where tossing a ball up could last for hundreds of years before it hits your hand in normal time.
Isn't that weird? I mean, think about the implications of something like that.
Yeah, that means like the 3 days it would take you to get to Alpha Centauri, everyone else that you've known and 50 generations of your family have been born and died.
Well, it also means that at the very edge of the universe, the center of the universe has already happened and finished.
Yeah. That light that you're seeing from a star could very well just be nothing anymore. A whole lot of nothing. Think about that when you're staring up at the night sky, kids.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Dead.
Think about all that
Dead
sexy
worlds.
nothing.
All of these worlds are dead.
All these sexy dead worlds.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil the what?
Yeah, so you're watching live Contextually Yours. We've stolen Donnie's show.
Hey,
What in the
everybody.
hell?
Our
You
show
got-
just ate your show.
Yeah.
We're eating your show right now.
Check us out
You
on
guys
Facebook,
are
baby.
show
Look at-
cannibals.
Look at us on Facebook. We're broadcasting live, eating your show.
Well, that's
we gonna
interesting.
talk
I don't know what are you guys going
Fun
to talk
time.
about?
How's that Antarctica going for you?
Antarctica is going pretty well, and so I'm outside right now, in this world where I guess I'm in London, and there's the motherfucking TARDIS right over here.
Motherfucking London.
Yeah.
It's a very British thing.
So I'm cussing on my show now because you guys have got me on your damn show. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're
Sweet.
That's, that's how we roll.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a bad influence, but only with cursing.
Cheers. Hey,
Yeah.
Can you get us a visual there, Captain?
Get a visual of. Oh, what game are you in? What are you?
I'm in Anarchy Arcade right now.
Okay, we'll try to join.
Essen,
I
can
don't
we
know.
get a visual on the screen?
Oh
please?
crap!
I don't know
Yeah,
how well it'll work.
I can't really do the TARDIS one in multiplayer because it says not to. It's like, don't
Okay.
use this in multiplayer mode. I don't even know if this is okay to be used as an arcade, to be honest, because it is just like enormous. So I'm going to get the hell out of here and go somewhere else.
See, I told
I'm
you.
going to go somewhere that you guys can come hang out to.
Bigger on the inside.
I did want to look up one thing.
For those of you who met us live last night, you can tell that we are not currently doing our show from a haunted house, as we told you we were.
Yeah, we
that
lied.
fell through. Sorry.
People get sick.
Mhm.
It happens,
Yes.
and then there's nothing we can do about it.
Cheers.
Okay, this guy
Chairs.
Mikey Campman.
Cheers. Cheers.
This guy Mikey Campman went to the South Pole.
Prove it. Okay, I'm sorry. Who is he?
Mikey Campman, he signed up to cook for a research facility, basically. And so he was like a cook down there. He said a bunch of weird shit happened.
Liar.
And he's on Duncan Trussell's podcast. He's on episode 166.
Everyone's on Duncan Trussell's podcast.
Everyone is on Duncan Trussell's
Why don't
podcast.
we go on Duncan Trussell's podcast?
That guy, Daniele Bolelli, the philosopher, he was on a local guy's podcast too, the Interverse podcast.
Yeah, never heard it. opposed
He
to
interviewed
it.
us for the spa. It was pretty cool.
That's good. See, bunch of locals.
Bunch of locals.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
fools.
Yeah.
We should have a convention, for
What?
Springfield podcasters.
Oh my God, a podcasters convention.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
A podvention.
Don't let certain people in this fucking town let you say that. They'll hear you say that, or they'll try to come up with it on their own too. God, we need to have a podcasters convention, and then they'll be like, "I invented the podcasters convention," and then they'll set up an entire board to be able to be the best podcasters, even though they don't fucking make a single goddamn podcast. Oh, sorry, I might have been referencing something.
Ouch.
Oh.
That sounds like
That sounds like a little hurt.
like a painful
Like
subject.
a little, yeah. That sounds like
Something's happening.
What?
something,
No,
something
nothing.
real going on.
There might be something annoying going on. Here, hold on. I'm making this arcade here so you guys can do this. Let's do OA
I
Late.
think we're having bandwidth weirdness.
All right.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna do Occult Arcade.
That's our live stream's like 3 hours
And then-
behind.
Nice. You know what I'm gonna call this?
Yeah.
Your
We'll
screen's
just call this Reading Room.
Oh yeah.
Reading Rainbow.
Yes.
I would-
So, in if you look at the thing,
The thing.
yeah,
Is it the thing?
once you get to the
Cronenberg?
the menu. Once you get to the menu, let me know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so synapses. Okay, Joker's saying that if you think about it, everything's in the past. You know how, like, the time it takes you to perceive something is time, so that means that it already happened. So you're technically thinking about things that have already happened. Nothing is present and everything is in the past. Synapses says, I don't know, at some point future events become past events. It's like, it's at that point is usually associated with the present. So,
Uh-oh.
what?
Oh. You cut out, and it was right as I was launching the game. And I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, something happened with my computer, but it didn't, so we're good.
Blom, 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 blom.
We got a
So-
2-computer setup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to start doing something like that, I'm sure.
Well, I haven't gotten that board yet, so we're getting stupid with it.
Yeah, I've started testing the limits, I think, of what I have going on in these rooms, because I have a lot of different elements going at the same time a lot of the times.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing the screen bit too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
Past events of distant objects become present. Yeah, that's true. Past events of distant objects become present. If you think about it, you're looking at the star. It already happened millions of years ago, but it's currently
present to you.
Yeah. It's currently
that-
our present.
So that becomes like contextually.
Yours, yeah.
Well, no, well, it's made by the observer. Like, are you familiar with the photon experiments where photons, light photons, whenever
Double
they're fired?
slot.
Yeah, you fire photons at a wall that's got 2 slots in it.
Yeah,
Now-
double slit experiment.
Right, where we know that photons, are both a particle and a wave. So we fire photon particles at these 2 slots, and then they come off as waves and then show as a shit ton of particle debris that have hit, as opposed to just if you were throwing ping pong balls through 2 slits where you'd only have those single slits. But if you observe it, so if they set up monitoring stuff for a lot of that,
Which I'm really curious about that, because the idea was that a lot of scientists will say that that's because of the tools to measure it interfere with photons, because obviously if you get it's like the tool to measure it, since they're photons, they're light,
yeah.
And so
So you think that somehow changes?
well, it's different than
How?
just saying somebody looking, because then you could say, well, what if no one ever looked at the results? What would it be? That's still up in the air, so I don't know. I don't know if that makes it any different or not.
The answer is always, what is volcano?
What is fucking? Why do those exist? Hey, do I need to find your server?
Oh yeah, it's called Occult Arcade Reading Room.
Ooh, I see it.
Yeah, come in here.
Oh, there we go.
Our universe is huge without measure. Unfortunately, even light takes time to travel. Here's something weird. Gravity, okay? The speed of gravity breaks the speed of light.
Like, you're saying that gravity goes faster than the speed of light?
Yeah, and I'll tell you how. Because if you had, imagine the gravity as like a chain, right? Like, and so that chain is connected to the center of the sun, and then the chain is also connected to the center of the Earth, let's say. And the Earth is spinning around the sun on this chain, right? And that chain is gravity, tying the Earth to the sun. Now, light takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go from the sun to the Earth, right?
Right.
So, what happens if you... What would happen if the sun just disappeared all of a sudden?
We'd die.
Well, no. I'm saying theoretically, as far as gravity goes, right? So the sun just blinks out, and so that chain that is connected from the Earth to the sun is severed, right? But you wouldn't notice that the sun is gone for 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, but you might not feel the gravitational effects for 8 minutes, 20 seconds.
No, you would feel the gravitational effects immediately, because that chain, as soon as it breaks, is going to start moving away. Do you see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
Because the chain would be a physical thing connecting the sun to the Earth. And if that busts, then there's going to be a distance immediately, right? But the light wouldn't take. The light would take 8 minutes and 20 seconds. There's got to be a video about this. Oh, hey, look, there you guys are. Welcome.
Hey. Einstein did actually theorize that both gravity and light traveled at the same speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing.
I got stuck. Oh, there we go.
It's okay. I unstuck you. Come here and check out this room.
Damn, shit's going slow on my system because you got all this stuff.
Really?
There's crying.
Well, I think I need a new video card anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, wait, here.
This place looks like way different.
Yeah.
And
If you hit the are you playing with a controller or your keyboard?
A controller.
Okay,
Yeah, either one,
hit,
really.
you see that black square that says Occult Arcade Late Night on it?
Yeah.
Hit the X button. Hover over that and hit the X button. Did it work?
Well, I mean, the black went away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now go up to the ceiling. Look at the stars on the ceiling and hit the X button.
Okay, yeah, those went away.
Yeah.
The stars have gone out.
Oh.
They're moving now.
Oh, wait. Okay, I see.
It's a vidya.
It's a vidya.
Yeah. Now
Not
come
actually
into
playing, but whatever.
come into this reading room over here. And behold all of these effing books.
Well,
I
there's
have
a lot
been
of effing books.
Yeah, I've been scouring the internet for a lot of free PDFs of magical texts and different books about philosophy and things. So I've kind of filled this room full of those books. And you can come in here, and these are the full versions of the books too, so you can read all of these.
I
Nice.
got a couple I gotta get to you.
Like links.
Yeah, for the PDFs. Or I can
okay.
just get you the PDFs either or.
Uh-oh.
Very nice. Oh, no.
Are we stunk?
Got stuck again.
It's okay, I got it. Boom, there we go. Click me with the X button. You see me
Whoa,
over there
yeah,
sitting at the table?
Yeah, well, the table's missing.
The table's missing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you must not have. See, I have a lot of assets from the workshop, which, I mean, I basically went in there and just downloaded a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So the table might be missing if you don't have that asset. It shouldn't have been, but
I
I
think
don't
I'm missing several things.
But they're floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, floating.
Yeah, there's some tables and things missing from out of here. So the tables are gone from the
I think
middle. That's interesting.
Funny that you just like kind of put yourself in your own Remember that? Do you just talk to yourself sometimes? It's like,
Well, sometimes I
For like
take
hours.
myself off the screen, and what I do is I'll put different people in these chairs, Jeff.
oh,
And so it'll be like a cross between an audio podcast and a video podcast.
You see that, kids? That's how this works.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how we're doing it.
but that's just
You
how
I
How's
just
she
thumbs
going?
up our
Thumbs up the
camera.
camera.
Yes.
rad and cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was a little drunk
Hey,
last
that
night,
looks like Abraxas.
Yeah.
and I actually had some really long conversations about simulation theory
That is Abraxas.
and a bunch of crazy shit that I can kind of remember.
Uh-huh.
But,
Maybe you shouldn't drink.
Yeah.
No.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's fun. It is. If it wasn't
But-
fun, wouldn't happen.
People kept hanging out. Like, it was the weirdest thing because I was just like every once in a while I'd like kind of check in with myself and be listening to me. I guess I'll keep talking. And we went on about so there's that argument that like wherever technology is gone, like so if if simulation theory is real, like, well, how is it that the only reference point we have is history, and it's never happened in history, and yeah. And I was trying to explain that. I was like, well, if you think about it, kind of like with Descartes and the whole if you can imagine God exists kind of thing,
Yeah.
where it's like, well, if you can imagine simulation theory, then it's actually kind of more likely that it exists because you can kind of like extrapolate where technology would go, and then if you think it's possible, then if you were in a simulation, obviously a simulation would already exist. And also the idea that religion is kind of the same idea as simulation theory in some contexts, because and so even our history points to it.
Yeah.
So even our history, as far back as you can possibly go, people were praying to gods, and that there was the idea that the physical plane was this there was something after death, or
Yeah.
things exist outside of our material world. And so that's essentially, for all intents and purposes, simulation theory. And
Mhm.
so we've always had it. We've always had that fucking underlying thing. So then
Yeah.
it's hard to say that, I would say it's more likely that it's possible because of that.
Hmm.
And yeah, we went pretty deep down the rabbit hole of that.
What if history
Yeah.
doesn't exist?
I'm a big fan of simulation theory these days, and stimulation theory. That's whenever you get really excited about things. I'm kind of getting distracted because I'm just kind of walking around here.
And if you feel the need to tidy up.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh my gosh! Hold on a minute. I just got some bits. That means something.
You got
Hold on
bits?
1 minute. Oh
You got
yeah.
bits.
I got some bits. You've got to see this. Okay,
You got
hold on a
bits?
second. I'm going to use my powers. I'm
Is
going to
this
use
gonna
my
be
powers for
assault?
something. Hold on.
No means no, Don.
All right. I do what?
I said no means no, Donnie, and then this hacker girl that you have in the other room stood up and clapped right at was perfect timing.
Oh, that's good.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, she's a hacker.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? I think
Well,
I don't
she's-
have some assets.
She's my secretary, and
Oh, okay.
she's here to make sure that nobody fucks with my computer stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah says that it was intense whenever I had put the bit circle up there. Did you like the bit circle, Sarah? Was it too loud? Was it neato? I haven't actually got to use it. Synapses just gave me another $1. Give me 100 bits just now.
Oh, damn.
Why is Sarah not on? What's up with that?
Sarah has been sick for 2 days.
Oh, that sucks.
She is not feeling good whatsoever. Has been pretty much in bed the entire time, so yeah.
That sucks. Oh, hey, these are the dude, Travis Magus.
Yeah, Travis Magus. He's going to be here next week.
Yeah,
He's coming on the show
cool.
next Sunday. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've been having a lot of conversations about different stuff and Goetia and summoning different spirits and different entities and things like that. So we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to probably talk about that a little bit more. I know earlier today in the first hour of the show, in the first 20 minutes or so, I was talking about Abraxas and about how a while back this past week, I was meditating and came across that word out of the ether from nowhere and just started researching it and found out a whole lot of interesting Gnosticism stuff. And here we are.
He's very big in the whole Gnosticism thing.
Absolutely, well, literally, like he's the most big.
The most big.
The most biggest.
He's super bigly.
Bigly, that's right. Goodly.
Yeah. So, let me see if I can find more on this Mikey Campman dude real quick.
So your Antarctica guy?
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can find more about him.
I don't know.
Because he also claimed that on that podcast, he claimed that he hid a joint in the little cap, like under where they have the cap of the South Pole thing, like
what?
The marker or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is off, and he explained how it's off, like it's not actually right at the South Pole because they obviously can't like keep it there or whatever.
Yeah.
Something, but yeah, let's see.
I mean, that would be rad. I'd do that.
So he put a J-boy down there underneath that cap. So I guess
yeah. So if anybody's down at the South Pole and really wants a joint,
which
you can find one.
So if I go to the South Pole, he's got my back. That's good.
Yeah.
Like Murphy Station doesn't have tons of weed.
Oh, he's on Portlandia and stuff.
Probably. They probably have like some kind of like a alcohol distillation thing or something.
Different.
They got to. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Like just bring it in from New Zealand?
Be bored as fuck. That's what you're gonna do.
There's got to be something down there. Some kind of something.
Hey guys, can I join?
Whoa. Yes.
Whoa. There's
Hold
a
on.
voice.
Hello.
Hey
Absolutely.
guys.
It emerged from the ether. You're
Is
on
that-
2 shows at once.
It's Shelly, Donnie.
Oh yes. I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. I've been doing my own thing. I don't know if Sarah's shown you all those pictures.
Oh, you've been doing Halloween like a frickin' boss.
Yes, I have. That's all I do is Halloween.
That's good though.
I wish there was a video I could show you so you guys can see my house. It's epic.
Really?
We were thinking of carving a pumpkin on the podcast.
What, Jeff?
We talked about carving a pumpkin on the podcast.
That's
I just have like this one idea I want to do for a pumpkin, which is just like, just carve into it, God damn it, Deborah. And
What?
That's it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's what your pumpkin
Deborah.
just says, God damn it, Deborah. Or
I don't. But we're just gonna do a pumpkin spice podcast.
What
Yeah,
is
pumpkin
Deborah?
Spice.
oh, it's just a name.
This is a
Okay.
name, random.
Okay.
Michelle, what have you been doing? I haven't seen you in forever. You just been decorating?
Honestly, yes. Like the month of October is the worst for me because I have about 8 animatronics that I build in my house, and then I do. There's all kinds of shit. I have a carnival scene with like scary clowns. They have lights, and it's just like this whole carnival scene. And then I have a cemetery. I have an asylum scene with a scary nurse who talks shit. I don't know. I have a decrepit school. I actually have a butcher shop with kidneys and intestines and all kinds of crazy shit. And
Weird.
yeah, I have a Dexter wall, which you know how Dexter does, and I usually spread blood all over it, and then I have Michael Myers coming out of my vent, so it looks like he's crawling out of my vent. And
No way.
Don't you hate it
Yeah.
when Michael Myers comes out here?
right? Isn't it scary as shit?
Yeah, baby.
Are you tired of Michael Myers crawling out of your vents?
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Samara is from The Ring? The little girl with the white dress, and she crawls out of the TV, and she's all creepy and shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got those. That's another product I need to hawk. Is those
So I
screens
have-
that go over your screen.
So I have her at the end of my hallway. I have a green strobe light flashing over her, so it looks
Oh.
it's fucking scary as shit.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That sounds
You-
amazing.
You should take like a video of like going around your house.
I planned on doing that, but usually
Uh-huh.
around Halloween time, I have a fog machine going, so the whole house gets kind of fogged out, and there is like 3-dimensional spider webs everywhere. It's fucking crazy. I asked Sarah if she wanted to come and check it out when I just walk through it, because like the animatronics, they will greet you everywhere you go. You just turn a corner and there's an animatronic talking to you. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, we need video.
That sounds like my kind of
Leave that
place.
Just need video.
Yeah, we need to see
So-
the videos. We need to come over there or something.
Yeah, then do it.
Oh no.
You guys are welcome to come over anytime and just check it out. Halloween day, I open my house up to my neighbors. So I usually give their kids candy, and if they want to walk through, they can walk through real quick and just check it out and go out the garage and reach chilling. So I don't know. You guys are more than welcome to come over and check it out.
Just to be clear,
Uh-huh.
you don't murder your neighbors,
Don't talk about that.
do you?
Mm.
I'm not sure. I mean,
That's
it
Jeff.
sounds like the perfect.
So you
Okay.
guys are listening to
Hold
the
on.
Occult Arcade. We don't...
I'll tell you what, Jeff, PM me on Discord and we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
No,
Yep.
actually, I will tell you a story, and Donnie, if it's okay, I'll tell you a story about my house that I just.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
want to
right.
hear that. Please
Okay.
tell us the story. Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys know who Kyla Parks is?
No.
She is I think she's either a 14 or 15-year-old girl who was found at one of the lakes. I think it was like at the Ozarks, or maybe something. She was found dead.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, the guy that did it is his name is Anthony Bar something or other, Bar I don't know what his name is. But you can Google Anthony Bar something.
Yeah. Anthony
But when-
Barbacoa.
that shit. Barbacoa, yeah, that's what we Anyway, so one of that was actually affiliated with this murder lived in my house before I moved in.
Oh. Oh shit.
Have you checked for hidden rooms yet?
Wait. Is it?
Okay.
So you said what? Wait. So you said this guy was in Lake of the Ozarks? What?
I think it was Lake of the Ozarks. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to Google the names. But the girl who was murdered was Nyla Parks, and the murderer who did it was Anthony something with a B, something B-A-R something else. And the guy who was affiliated was Larry Warner. Now, I lived in this house since 2009, and I can't remember exactly what year, but homicide detectives came and they were trying to ask me about this Larry Warner guy.
Uh-huh.
And all I told them was like, look, dude, I live here now. I don't know who Larry Warner is. I get his mail, I guess. I don't know who this guy is.
Wow.
I don't know. So they left. But then, I don't know, I started getting mail from a Jamie Thompson.
Uh-huh.
And Larry Warner's mail kept coming through, and I was like, okay, I don't know why homicide detective to come to my house and ask about this guy. And I live in his house, so what the hell? So I started Googling it, and sure enough, he is affiliated with the guy who actually murdered this Kyla Parks. And it's spelled weird. It's spelled like Khigla, and then it's Parks. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it happened just recently. It was like probably within the past 6 or...
Whoa.
Yeah. And then, so I was talking to Sarah, and I was like, Sarah, you know, I don't know what's going on, but like this happened. And I started looking for my house. And literally, the master bedroom of my house has a latch. And the bedroom door, if you close it, there is literally a latch that you like lift up, and it closes the bedroom door. So then you go to my closet, because I have in my master bedroom there is a master bath that has a shower and whatever, what have you. But the closet literally has a door that. Now I know you're not trying to keep something inside the closet, because the actual lock is inside the closet, so anybody who is trying to hold something in the closet is going to come out. But the actual closet itself has a keyhole, and I don't understand why you would have a master closet that has a keyhole. I have no idea why.
Well, you know,
I have some ideas.
When you're being raised, you didn't have closet time when you were a kid.
No.
No, they didn't hand you sandwiches through a little slot?
No, I had corner time. It was
Corner time.
It was called time out.
Stand in the corner. Put your nose in the corner. That's what I had.
That was me too.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Maybe I grew up weird.
So, I don't know. Over the past couple weeks, I've discovered a lot of things about my house, and I don't.
Wow.
Okay, so
have you had any kind of weird happenings go on?
Okay.
Like what kinds of weird things?
Not really weird things, because the house, I've been here since 2009, and I haven't had anything weird. No noises, no ghosts out of the corner of my eyes, nothing like that. I've never had anything like that. I hate to say it, but over the past few weeks, there has been a shift in my house, and I can't even explain it.
Really?
See you later.
Yeah, there's been a shift in it, and I don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
So you've had some kind of a shift in your house? Yeah?
Whenever Chris,
yeah,
whenever you
hold on, Donnie, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey.
What's up?
So when she said that, I could have swore that guy's name was Anthony that I used to that worked at a place I used to work. And that guy found out recently that he killed and ate people. Around the time that he was working there too. Like I was hanging out with this guy.
You were hanging out with the guy who murdered someone and ate someone.
I'd met him twice. And we knew he was kind of methed out or whatever. Okay, so I worked at this TV station. It's no longer exists. It hasn't existed for a long time, so it's not the most recent one. So nobody has to worry about them. They're fine. But the one back then, management wasn't the greatest. And dude hired a lot of weirdos. So the big boss, the CEO of the place, hired a bunch of shady characters. This guy carried a gun on him, carried a pistol on him at work.
Yeah.
Just seemed unstable to begin with. It was kind of funny, honestly. He didn't seem but he did seem a little off for sure. And then my buddy who I used to work there with, he sent me a news clip about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago.
What?
And I'm trying to find it right now.
Please do, and send me a link so I can put that on here.
He sent me a news clip, and he's like, "Dude, that's the guy." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the guy.
What did I miss?
So insane.
Well, Jeff used to hang out with a cannibal.
What?
Kinda. Yeah.
Jeff worked with... Jeff, tell her the story.
So, I'm gonna repeat this story, but I want to try to find the link. If I can. Damn. Well, anyway, so this guy that was a little off, and he was like he did like technician stuff, but it wasn't. We had video technicians, but like I can't remember exactly what he did. But he worked at the TV station at Ozark TV. Long time ago. It's since been like there's Lake TV now, which is different people, better. But yeah, this guy.
Okay, and who was this guy? He's a cannibal, right?
Well, I mean, he's not just like, hey, I'm Tony and I'm a cannibal. Like, but no, he was just this weird dude that like worked for the TV station, and he did like wiring tech, like electrical, basically. He was just like an electrician, essentially. And
Yeah.
so, but he carried a gun on him all the time, and he just like. He was just kind of a creepy, weird dude. Kind of funny in some ways, like, but like I didn't think he was like nuts. But then it was probably about 4 or 5 months ago. I got a message from my friend I used to work with there, and he's like, "Hey, this is that guy." I was like, "Are you kidding?" He's
No
like,
way.
"No," and he goes, "And they dated it
What?
like." They figured out like when it would have happened or whatever. Like when it happened was around the same time he was working.
But did you guys?
My God.
Did you guys ever have like
What?
a work potluck or anything like that?
Oh my God, please tell me he made the deer chili.
Oh my God, that'd be nuts.
He's like, here, I made this homemade sausage. You want to try some? Take some home.
It tastes amazing. What is it?
No.
I think it was just one person. I think you gotta have like, you know, if you want to maintain like
Cannibal
multiple potlucks, like you're gonna need more than one person.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
But yeah, it was fucking nutty, and I can't find it now. And I thought his name was Anthony. That's what like was weird because I was like, wait a minute, and I wanted to look that up. But
I can't tell you when this Anthony got arrested because I've got to look through the dates again. The phony coyote is not. Who's knocking on my door? What? Oh, Ellie.
Oh man, I just got biddies.
Oh dang it!
Here we go. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to use my superpowers to say thank you.
Did somebody beat me on the BDs already?
Thank you for the bits.
We have
what?
no idea what happened.
I love that.
Diabetes?
The biddies. I just got
Biddies.
100 biddies. Oh man.
Got 100 betas.
Sarah just moved to the. She's in second place. Michelle, you are in not any place anymore. The Man-Child show is in third place right now.
Okay. How do I get back to?
You just.
Whatever it takes,
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Just
do
as
that.
give me as many biddies as you can. I don't know how it works.
Shouldn't be asking women for their biddies.
Yeah.
Hey, show me them biddies. Show me your biddies. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. It's highly inappropriate. Yeah, because it sounds like titties. That's why it's inappropriate. Just thought I thought I'd put that out there.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Dang.
Somebody was looking for a video or something to show me, right?
The first time, this is the first time I've ever messaged somebody asking, "Hey, who was that guy that ate people that we knew?"
Hey, who's that cannonball guy?
That's beautiful. Good times.
Good times. That's exactly right. My gosh.
I'm really not one of those people that believe that a house that stands stagnant for so long can all of a sudden be haunted or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
I can't honestly explain what's going on in this house.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what triggered it, but all of a sudden there are noises. There are things that happen. I used to sleep in my living room all the time because I hate to admit this, but I am a gore freak. I
Yeah.
love, gore and guts, and I was about Jeffrey Dahmer and Larry, Albert Fish and all kinds of shit all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if the house is settling or what, but there are just sounds now that I can't deal with, and I can't sleep in my living room anymore. And I don't know. It's almost like a paradigm shift. I can't even. I don't even. And by the way, my alligator did pass. She did not make the change from from summer to fall. She didn't make it through the change. Yeah. So my alligator passed away.
It's sad. How old was she?
Oh gosh, I've had her since about 2014, maybe 2015.
Oh geez.
Yeah, she's probably about 2 feet long. She was the cutest thing in the world.
Aww.
If there is a stream that I can stick a picture of her on, I will.
Yeah, just put it on there on Steam, and then I'll or not Steam, Discord, and I'll.
Okay, on which category?
It doesn't matter. Just IRL.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm gonna redo the categories probably tomorrow or something. That way they're a little bit more functional.
So now that she's passed, and I can't get in trouble because having an alligator is illegal.
What?
Yeah, you can't have an alligator in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah, this is a picture of my son, and here is a picture of me holding her. This is Matthew holding her when he was little.
Oh, that's cute.
Is that in Occult Arcade that you're looking at?
It will be.
Arcade, I mean.
I'm getting ready to. I'm putting it in the thing right now.
This is a picture of me letting her run around my house because that's normally what we did. Normally, we just let her run around the house however she wanted.
Or is it in Discord?
No, it's gonna be. I'm putting it in the arcade right now.
She's so cute.
I'm just putting stuff on my.
Here, Jeff, come over here.
Oh God, I miss her so much.
Come into this room, Jeff. Do you see me, Jeff?
Hold on. I got it. Wow. For the viewers.
Yeah, and now our audience can see as well.
Yeah. If I can get this thing to open.
Now I'm going to. So there's the alligator and Matthew.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah. Here's a picture where she.
Do what now?
Here's a picture of her as she got bigger.
Okay.
Oh, I missed my alligator. I am so sad that she did not make it through the barometric pressure. It's just you've got to balance the heat in the tank, and when it comes to the cold, it's just.
Mm-hmm. Man.
So we gotta get when we move out west. We gotta get an alligator.
Okay.
Here's her swimming around in her tank, and her name was Allie the Gator instead of alligator.
Are you kidding me? Allie the Gator.
Yeah. This is her
God.
swimming around.
I'm putting pictures of this alligator all over this bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was so adorable too. I loved holding her, and most people that would come to my house, they were like, "Oh, I'm too scared to hold her." And I'm like, "Look, just hold her like a baby." And I would literally baby, and her face would be up against my cheek. And people were like, "Aren't you scared of her?" But no, she's completely okay. Just cradle her like a baby. She'll be okay.
She's cute.
Yeah, I mean, you got this person that's like 100 times bigger than you, holding you and they're not being mean to you, and so like it's probably not a problem.
Actually, I fed her raw meat. That's all I would do. When I would cook steak for us, I would throw some raw meat in her tank, and she would eat it. Like, that's what she would eat, is raw meat, red meat. So now I have this huge tank, and I'm going to boa constrictor in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Jeff, turn around and look at the wall near the entrance. Are there pictures there of the alligator?
Oh, yeah, okay. I see that.
Yeah.
They're kind of sideways and weird.
That's Miss Allie.
Allie the gator.
Allie the
I'm
gator.
having some trouble with my aquarium in here. It seems to be leaking.
Man, physics engines have gotten a lot better.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty cool? Kind of looks like it's
leaking.
Looks like my tank's leaking. I thought about putting the a lot of that water all across the bottom here, so it looks like there's a real mess. But then I'm like, nah, that's a little too much. Boom, 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 boom.
Ah, that's weird.
What, did you get a big...
Well, I wish that stuff would just, like, continuously play.
Oh, yeah, you have to hit the X button, and it'll continuously play. So, like, if you hit the ceiling with the X button...
Hey, do I... an occult arcade, even though I've been MIA for the...
Yeah? Do what? What's up, Michelle?
Okay, so I don't even know.
What did you say? You cut out for me. I didn't hear you.
Breaking up. I should probably...
Yeah, pretty bad. I can't even hear him.
Oh, man. All right. Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I think I just had a lot of stuff playing.
It was also after I started playing that video, so maybe that's eating up bandwidth.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I had a whole lot of videos playing at the same time earlier. A lot of different television elements here.
That sounds interesting.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I set my clowns off.
Oh my god. That's so good.
I'm sorry.
So that's just my terrifying clowns. That's all right.
All right, here, Donnie. Here's a part of my carnival. If you can see it.
Okay.
I don't know. My video is cut because I have an iPhone, so unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, well here. This is actually pretty cool. I think I should be able to just play this pretty easily in the world here if I can find a place to stick it. I think I could stick it here.
These are just some photos of my house. I mean, and that last mask I sent, it's the Look-See monster. I don't know if you guys know who the Look-See monster is, but I created my own version of it. I put up in my house, and it's fucking epic.
Man, the video's not playing. Oh my god. That is a terrifying looking monster. Actually, I think I might keep that picture in here.
My Look-See monster?
Yeah, that's freaking weird looking.
Yeah, I just made him. I have another one that I have a green strobe light facing. I don't know if I can get a good picture. I'll try anyway. Let's see. Oh, I need a battery and a strobe light.
I'm not seeing whatever you're seeing.
Okay, if you're on the Discord,
on the
in
Discord.
the IRL, if you look on the
Yeah.
IRL nonsense,
Nice.
I'm putting all, like, it's a passion. I guess I'm just a freak of nature. I don't even know.
That looks cool.
Just what I do. Okay, so this is my version. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the movie Smiley.
Nope.
Well, this is my version of Smiley, and I have them peeking out of my laundry room door, so that if you're going to the bathroom, it's the first thing that you.
Gosh. Oh my God. That's terrifying.
Love him.
No.
He's epic. he's epic.
I would have no problems shitting. not a problem. Holy shit.
And he is handmade with latex and all kinds of shit it took me about 5 days to make him. And the Looksee monster took me about 6 days to make, especially because I wanted to get the blood to look perfect.
He looks like the mascot from Community.
Oh God.
Human being.
Yeah.
So another thing that I take pride in are my kidneys.
Your kidneys?
Yes, I make homemade.
What?
Like
Yeah.
in a pie?
No, not in a pie. I wish. That would be so epic with it.
God.
I'm gonna put one in the IR sense.
Okay.
This is one of my latex kidneys made.
No. That's so weird.
What? Hey, you want to work on a film?
Yeah, I'm down. And you know what? I love this stuff such that I will do it for practically fucking nothing because I just love doing it.
Don't say that over the air on a podcast.
No, dude. Seriously, because you're one of Donnie's friends, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
Aw.
Yeah, we just gotta work in a film with gore, I guess. Do we
We can do that.
Oh my God, that kidney looks real. How in the fuck?
Okay, so do you want to see my
That's fucked up.
intestine? Do you want to
Yes.
see my intestine with dipping sauce and maggots?
Okay, that's a little past third base, but okay.
Okay, so this is my intestine with maggots and dipping sauce in a to-go tray. Here we go.
Hold on. I'm gonna. This is gonna be so gross. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
That is a little skull in the middle just to add like a little extra fur.
Well, it's like the toy in your Happy Meal, right?
Right, but I have even better toys in your Happy Meal.
Damn.
Okay, so this baby ripped his own eye out. You ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
This baby right here ripped his own eyeball out. And I have his sister as his eyeball was in his hand. Just
If you're watching
Oh.
us live right now, and you're hearing the audio break up, we're hearing that too. So. no
sorry.
worries. Oh, it's fine. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
Wow. Nice.
This is pretty terrifying looking. Not gonna lie.
It's a sickness. I know.
That's
I
how you
like
know
it.
they're adopted, right? They rip their own eyes out.
You haven't seen my Twisted Sisters. I was bored one day and I had these two baby dolls that my niece left over. She hasn't asked for them, and I'm glad she has because holy shit, she'd be mad at. But one sister ripped the face off the other,
Oh my God.
and she is posing with it. These are my Twisted Sisters.
Nice.
The one has maggots where the sister ripped the face off.
Hold on. I gotta show. I gotta show everyone this.
Wow. That is adorable.
Yeah.
So if you really want me to help you with your dwarf, I will. I have made these really epic books. This is my the secrets to the and this guy actually conserving the Illuminati secrets.
What? Oh my God! You made a version of the. Look at this.
This guy actually died. He literally died. The secrets of the Illuminati. Like,
That's amazing.
I don't even know what to tell you. He protected him till death. I mean.
God.
Hold on.
Look at it.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That's.
You just do all the stuff. This is great.
I do. It's a sickness. I'm telling you, I can't even begin to describe.
Oh.
The shit that I do.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get your contact number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
For you alcoholics, I have my death mini bar.
You're what?
My death mini bar
Nice.
for all the alcoholics.
Because we are alcoholics.
Oh dang.
What?
Sweet.
Bloody martinis. And a little bit of alcohol in the background. Scary shit. Yeah, that's what I do. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a shot of vodka. So I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Nice.
We're just drinking cheap wine.
Yeah.
Because I had this whiskey last night. That was a little
Have you ever seen two Xbox Squares?
Irish, almost Scottish whiskey.
So I bought a box wine the other day, and I was trying to poke through the cardboard, and I wasn't very successful. So
Yeah.
I used a knife.
Oh
and
no.
I carved out the cardboard, and it worked perfectly. Then the next thing I know, I have a puddle in my kitchen because I poked a hole in the actual bag.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You're supposed to slap the bag, not stab the bag.
Yeah, unfortunately, I stabbed it.
Oh man. Hey, I just got a link from one of our viewers, Joker, and I have to show you guys this. Well, I don't know if you can see it actually. But this is just a really beautiful crystal skull. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, after I show off this crystal skull here, I think I'm going to go. Because I've been going for 3 hours, so.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do.
God, this is beautiful. This is like an amethyst growing out of an agate. And they've carved a crystal skull. I don't know if you guys are watching the actual Twitch stream, but
They've got a cream for that.
My
God.
laptop shut. I don't know.
I'm not watching the Twitch stream because I was trying to save some bandwidth.
Oh yeah.
My laptop crapped out on me. I don't even know what happened. Sucks ass.
Oh man. But there's
But I
just
am
this.
looking at the Discord, so.
Yeah, there's just a real gorgeous amethyst skull, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
That face in the bathroom still creeps me out more than anything else, I think. In
Yeah.
the pictures. Like, maggots on intestines, yeah, whatever. Just don't get a big smiley face looking at you while I'm trying to poo.
Well, the problem is that thing looks like it's gonna kill you, so it looks real.
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys haven't seen Samara.
Scary as fuck.
Honestly, I would like to invite you guys to my house like around Halloween or before, even so before, because the fog, the disco lights, I have crazy shit in here.
It sounds fucking awesome.
Unfortunately, I'm a sicko.
Here's a lot of pictures.
That's good.
Hey, come to my house.
Yeah, here's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to steal your organs.
I can make my own.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not going to steal your organs, but, just in case, what blood type are you?
So, Jeff, you're Almighty Tree God, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so
Don't tell anybody.
So, I sent you a message and just said, hey, it's me.
Sweet.
So if you're interested in anything I've got, and honestly, after Halloween, my animatronics I have crazy animatronics. I have zombies. I have asylum guys that are in straight. I have all kinds of shit.
My massage therapist actually lives in Denver now, but somewhere near Denver. But when they lived here, her whole family like prepares for Halloween for like the whole year.
Wow.
And then they'll do like she did the scene from Ghostbusters with the dogs, like the hellhounds, and what's her name? There is no Dana, only Zool. Like
yeah.
that shit. Like, and they did like animatronic dogs.
Dana.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
Well, one of my next goals is to make one of the from Silent.
Nice.
You guys remember those nurses, right? I wish I can send you guys this video of my Halloween costume, but I am not going to be anything other than a phobia. I'm going to wear beautiful regular clothes. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup. I am going to be trypophobia. The fear holes.
Holes?
Yes.
You're just going to be covered in holes.
I have practiced my makeup like umpteen times. It's going to take me about 4 hours to do my makeup, but
no way.
it is going to be on my chin, my forehead, like my what is that called? That chest bone? Not your
clavicle.
Where the neck is, the bone between the neck and the whatever.
Clavicle.
I don't know, but it's going to be above the boob, between the chest and the neck.
Sternum. I don't know.
I'm gonna have a couple of pieces on my arms, so when I give out candy to the kid, it freaks him out.
Oh man, that sounds disgusting.
Handlebar is what it is. It's the handlebar. When you make a bicycle out of someone, it's the handlebar.
Yeah.
It sounds disgusting, but like my sister, she's gonna come over here the day before, and I'm gonna make like gashes all over her face because I can make big wounds. So she's gonna go to work. She works at Chase, by the way.
Oh geez, and you're gonna give her an axe wound?
Yes,
that's great.
I'm gonna give her this great wound, and she's gonna go to work. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's great." So yes, I am for hire, and I work for Boxed Wine. How about that?
Wait,
what's up?
We can manage that.
That's awesome.
The Ben Nye Bruises palette I once took to work, like, because I had it for we were shooting a music video, I think, and we would use this Bruises palette, and long story short, long story long. This guy. I got bet that I couldn't shave my mustache and goatee in a straight line, so I'd have like a Hitler mustache or whatever. And then so I did it for a day, and the coworker that dared me to do it said, "No, I said a whole week," which he didn't. He was full of shit. And then so I was like, "All right, fine." And then I shaved it, but then I came back to work the next day with a black eye, put a fake black eye, and I had him going for like the whole day, almost the whole day that I got the shit kicked out of me for having a Hitler stash. And then when he finally caved and was gonna pay on the bet finally, I went to the bathroom and washed it off. And he's like, what? Like everyone thought I got away with it so well, and That yeah, Ben Nye Bruises is amazing. It's an amazing palette.
You know what? I love Ben Nye paints. I really do. He just has like, there's just like the perfect color in each one. I watched a tutorial on how to make this hand that's like the fingers are cut off, and they use their paints, and I was like, holy shit, that's fucking epic. I love it. I need to experiment with those kind of paints, because right now all I really use is the cosmetics that I have and cream paints. So
I've got some Ben Nye, like the neutral base stuff, the foundation stuff. You ever want some of that? I ain't using it.
I'm gonna tell you what.
At least I ain't using it till our next thing.
I'm telling you what, I need that kind of stuff for the trypophobia, because like I've tried all kinds of foundations, all kinds of bases, and I can't find one that matches my skin. So I can't really blend too well. I don't know. I need to send the video. I wish I could. I don't even know how I can.
All right, guys. You know, I'm actually going to wrap up my stream. So I'm going to wrap that up now. So I'm going to be doing this outro here, and that doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking, though.
Yeah. Well,
all right,
Donnie, before you do that, why don't you tell our viewers and listeners where they can find you?
Oh, hey guys, if you like what you're hearing and you like talking about weird occult stuff and you want to learn how to make yourself, better than everybody else, then head on over there to twitch.tv/occult arcade. That's OCCULTARCADE. It sort of rhymes a little. Occult Arcade on Twitch. You can also go over there and, there's a Discord. Whenever you find it on there, just click the Discord and do that and all that jazz. Thank you guys for having me on the show. It's been a whole lot of fun, and thanks for being on my show. We're kind of doing a co-streaming thing here.
We ate your show.
You ate my show. That's right, and my show is very appreciative, or something like that.
It was a covert operation of eating.
Eat it, it, Jeff. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to put the credits. The credits are going to be.
All right. Oh dang yeah, the tubes.
The tubes. All right, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get off Discord, but that was cool. Yeah, we put up all those images in the like on the screen here. I don't know.